So my name's Andrea Beatty and I'm a partner in the Financial Services and FinTech Group here at Piper Alderman in the Sydney office. I'm also the convener of this year's Future of Credit Law Conference, which is why I've been asked to speak to you today. So obviously there's been numerous updates and changes in the financial services industry, both flowing from the Banking Royal Commission and also, as we're all very aware, the results of the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll have leading economist Professor Warwick McKinnon, who will give a keynote address on COVID-19's global economic impact and also in particular the implications for Australia. We'll also be hearing from distinguished representatives from regulatory bodies such as Tim Goff from ASIC, Diane Tate from AFIA, also other experts in the area, Christine Cupit from the Australian Bankers Association, Karen Cox from the Financial Legalwise Centre, all of whom are going to be discussing COVID-19, its impact on financial hardship and developments following the cessation of repayment holidays. Very importantly, recently there was a shock announcement from the Treasurer Josh Frydenberg in relation to the withdrawal of responsible lending laws for ADIs. So we'll be discussing what that is going to mean for the industry as a whole and the impact on non-ADIs who will still be subject to responsible lending laws. Of course, no conference at this point in time we complete without a session on what are the new regulations post-Banking Royal Commission, and that will be conducted by Narelle Smythe and Stephen Clinton of Clayton Utz, as well as Alexandra Kelly from the Financial Legal Rights Centre. Whilst non-financial risks have often been the elephant in the room, now more than ever it is needed to give consideration to non-financial risks, and in particular what governance, risk and compliance frameworks need to be put in place for their management. To facilitate this discussion, we'll be hearing an interview between a Regman representative, Alison Ewings, and also Joseph Risk, a Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Arab Bank. With many workers working from home as a result of COVID-19, there's been a spike in cybersecurity calls, which has made breach reporting and implementing a risk framework for data security all the more important. We'll hear from Chris McLaughlin from the Cybersecurity Group, Andrew Gray from Aon Reinsurance Solutions, Olga Ganopolsky from Macquarie Group, and Emily Hills from Toyota Finance Australia to discuss the future of the cyber world and managing the overall risks of cyber attacks. Recently, as I'm sure you're no doubt aware, AUSTRAC fined Westpac a record-breaking $1.3 billion for breaching their anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing obligations. The level of this penalty indicates the extreme importance now of AML compliance for organisations. At this conference, we're hearing from AUSTRAC Representative Richard Lee, who will discuss AUSTRAC's expectations and consequences of non-compliance. Michael Sadat from Afterpay, as well as Carl Turner from AFIA, the Australian Finance Industry Association, who will be looking at the development of a self-regulatory code to apply to the buy now, pay later sector. Obviously, with the weakening of responsible lending laws, some of the pressure on buy now, pay later in relation to whether or not responsible lending is apt has disappeared, so it will be interesting to hear what the comments are in relation to that. The past year has seen a significant development in the fintech and regtech industry, and just recently in September, the Select Committee on Financial Technology and Regulatory Technology published their report. We are very fortunate to be joined by Senator Andrew Bragg, who will be providing attendees insights into this report, and he'll be followed by industry experts Rebecca Schott-Guppy from FinTech Australia, Neil Campbell from RegTech Association, and Josh Anisi from Piper Alderman. The Executive General Manager of the Consumer Data Rights Division at the ACCC, Paul Franklin, will be providing us with an open banking update, and I'll be moderating a panel of speakers including Phil Hortain from Volt, Dean McCauley from Prosper, and Scott Jamieson from Revolut. So with the advent of blockchain and digital currency, we'll be definitely seeing new approaches to payments, the future of smart contracts, cryptocurrencies, and the uses of blockchain will be presented by Michael Bacchino from Piper Alderman, Natasha Bleicher from Herbert Smith Freehills, and Chief Strategy Officer at Bloxian, Nikesh Lalchandani. So these hot topics will be covered in this year's Credit Law Conference. through a combination of presentations, panel discussions and plenty of opportunity for Q&A. It's a 4-day program which you can attend in person in Sydney or virtually by live stream. It aims to be topical, engaging and informative with an endless list of credit law expertise to be shared with you. In addition, it's designed to promote thought leadership about the future of regulation post-COVID-19. We look forward to seeing you at the 5th Annual Future of Credit Law Post-COVID-19 Conference run by Legalwise.